What's up guys, Payne here once again and welcome back to another episode of my Swansea career on FIFA 14. Starting off with some bad news. Michu has suffered, and I'm going to try and say this right, an anterior cruciate ligament and will be out for 7 months. 7 months! That's the whole season Michu is going to be out for, and he's probably going to miss the start of next season as well. What a blow. What a blow to Swansea's hopes of qualifying for the Champions League for next season. Michu has been on form for us so far this season. He's probably a top goal scorer with Bonnie following closely behind. But he is just an important figure in this team, and he is going to be missed. We're obviously going to try and get by as much as possible without him. Shelvey replacing him in that central attacking mid role, and having to use Shelvey means that I'm using all my top midfielders. I'm going with the 4-3-3 formation. It seems to be working at the moment. We seem to be doing okay with it, but the fact that I'm having to play 3 of my top midfielders, I haven't got that much depth at the moment. This is why I desperately need January to come as quick as possible. I need that transfer window to reopen. I've got 4 million to work with, but I think one of my players has said that he wants to leave. I'm not too sure who it is. I think it was Jordi Amat, who is a centre-half. I, at the moment, believe that we've got ample centre-halves, that we don't really need to fall back on Jordi Amat. I know some Swansea fans will be against that decision, but we have hit a bit of a crisis at the moment. I do need to generate some money, just so I can try and strengthen these positions. It's just my luck. It's almost as if every time I say something like, all I need to do is strengthen my left back position. That's it. That's all I need to focus on in January. I'll be happy to bring in just one player. That's it. But as soon as I say that, a key player goes and gets injured in a different position. Like Michu, as you know, 7 months out. That needs strengthening. That strike force and also that central attacking mid. Because if Shelvey gets injured now, I don't want to speak too loudly, then we've only got Pozuelo to fall back on really. We've got Sheehan, and what if Bonnie gets injured? You know, we'll have only Rory Donnelly to fall back on. So it could work out. It probably could work out in real life. It can go 2 ways really. It can work out, or it can just mess up your season completely, and that's it. It's make or break now in this season. Dreams of qualifying for the Champions League could possibly be over. I'm going to keep working towards it, keep focusing on that qualification for the Champions League, but games against Chelsea away from home doesn't really help matters. They're big games that need to be won or even get a draw from them. We can't afford to lose a game. We need to keep momentum going. As of the last video, we have overtaken Tottenham. We find ourselves in 4th position before this game against Chelsea kicked off. Obviously, they're just 1 point behind us. You saw the league table at the start of this video. But Liverpool have now entered the fray. They are starting to catch up. So as I say, we just need to keep momentum going. But we're going to find it difficult when you lose a top player like Michu. And Chelsea went and made it 2-0, 79th minute in. You should have seen my face. I was like David Moyes on the touchline, losing a game. My eyes closed, taking a deep breath. But we had to focus now on our next game. It was De Bruyne and Lukaku who got the 2 goals for Chelsea, which saw this Swansea side drop all 3 points at Stamford Bridge. I do believe now as well, after that loss against Chelsea, that is the point in the season for Swansea where we're on the other side now, where we're going to go through every game that's going to be difficult and it's going to be hard to get a good result. And there is the league table. Tottenham Hotspurs drew their game, thankfully, so they're level on points with us now. But as I mentioned, Liverpool, they won their game, so they are now in the fray of things, and they're just a point behind Swansea. As I said, it's just going to get harder from here because our next game was against Schalke in the Europa League. You saw the group stage just briefly there, and I mentioned this in my previous video when we played St. Gallen. We drew 0-0 there. If we want to be going through to the next round, we need to win this game. I did have to rest a few players for this game, especially Huddleston and Shelvey. In came Eric Dier, Rory Donnelly. Obviously Michu was out for 7 months, so I couldn't play him for this game. But it was important and a crucial game if we want to be going through. So I thought to myself, well, it's best to get a nice early goal. If we could do that, then we would be able to set the pace and control this game against Schalke. That's all we had to do, get an early goal, and we would be in with a chance of going through to the next round. Bonnie out of position, out of character for him. Eventually Schalke managed to break out of our pushing them back. We was pinning them down, and I'm sure you guys are well aware of the talent that is Farfan. You need to watch out for him. He's full of pace, so hard to keep up with, and he can just chop and change direction whenever he feels like it. He makes it look so easy on this game. And Farfan, he was just destroying Neil Taylor, my left back, for this game. Neil Taylor, he needed to be alert. He needed to be careful of that danger. I did, because he would rip us a new one, Farfan, if we wasn't careful. Thankfully, Vorm there, as you saw, came out as Huntelaar was one-on-one, made himself big, made himself ugly, and managed to keep the game at 0-0. We was on the counter, we broke nicely. Quick attacking movement. Nathan Dyer could see Pablo Hernandez, who had switched sides from the left to the right, cut inside and smack that past the goalkeeper. 1-0 up, 20 minutes into the game. Surely now we can just take this, control the game to our own pace, and we get those 3 points and have an easier time against Club Brugge in the final group stage game. Last time out against Schalke though, we did draw 0-0. Nothing came of that. Thankfully we managed to get a goal in this one, because in that fixture, that reverse fixture back at their ground, it seems so hard to actually get anything past their defence. They have put up the defences, they shut up shop big time. They did get an equaliser. Huntelaar, the guy with the header, right before half time, right in that 45th minute. So that changed the landscape of everything. And what was Vorm doing? I'm sure he could have at least got a hand to that and just tipped it wide for a corner. I would have accepted that. Bit later on, Neil Taylor got tackled here by Santana, I believe it is. I think that should have been a yellow card. There was no intention to go for the ball. He stuck out his leg. Taylor tripped over. 31 yards out. I did bring on Townsend and also Shelvey to add experience and also fresh legs to the game. Add that extra pace to our midfield. If I had have known that we was going to receive a free kick 31 yards out from here, I would have left Pablo Hernandez on, but the decision was already made, and so on came Townsend. I decided to go with Huddleston. He's got that power in his right foot. We've seen it already so far this season, and he did smack the ball silly, and it was just unfortunate that air got under the ball and it just went over. I was hoping that maybe it would have been hit low and hard and gone for that bottom corner. We've seen it with Pablo Hernandez. It just wasn't to be. Final score 1-1. But as you will see here now in the group stage, that was enough to get us through to the next round of the Europa League. We are on 11 points, we're top of the group. Schalke may win their last game. Even if we was to lose our last game against Club Brugge, that pushed them up to 10 points. We're on 11, so we would just scrape going through to the next round. So I'm happy with that. We can kind of sit back and relax, but I don't want to lose that game against Club Brugge. But we had to focus our minds now on our next game in the Premier League. It's against Watford, away from home. Pablo Hernandez comes back into the team. And so does Shelvey and Huddleston. And so does Sammy Amiobi. I know I haven't played him for a while now. So I thought, well, I think this is a good chance to bring him back into the team. Get him starting again. Seeing that we've lost out on Michu for 7 months. Maybe he could come in, support the likes of Shelvey in that central attacking mid-role. Right on half-time, Wilfred Bonney opened up the scoring for Swansea. All we had to do was just hold on to it. Go for a second, hopefully, in the second half, and we'd be flying. We'd get those 3 points. Easy pickings. But it's never that easy, is it? Especially on FIFA. And it was Forestieri, I think that's how you pronounce it, who swung in the ball. No one even picked up Abdi, and he just knocked that into the back of the net, bottom right-hand corner. 1-1 was the score. 84th minute in. Townsend with such tenacity, holding on to the ball. Gave that one to Sammy Amiobi. We was pinning Watford back so much, and we had probably just one last attack in us. Kanya swinging in the ball. Shelby was there, but the keeper was just in front. We have hit a bit of a crisis at the moment. Could our dream of qualifying for the Champions League be over? Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, be sure to hit that like button, and I will see you all in the next one.
I've been Jeff Stelling. See you then.